Welcome back, YouTubers, to another Wednesday topical video with us, the British Fist.
Coaching.
Doing a Slammy related video, the 2 days after the Monday Night Raw, where WWE did their own Slammies, and of course we did our own Slammies. 6 lucky members of the YWC got the very prestigious British Fist Slammy Award in 6 separate categories. If you haven't seen this Raw review, it'll be linked in that description box below. I guarantee you it will be a good watch. Go watch it, despite the fact it's 22 minutes long.
Watch it, enjoy it, and you'll see exactly how we felt about the winner.
Yes, indeed. I am Mr. Parkin, as you well know and could see, and this guy sitting next to me, it's NJ.
What's up?
The straight-edge superstar like CM Punk. Exactly. It should be called NJ Punk. We'll call you NJ Punk from now on. Go subscribe up above, like this video, and get your thoughts and comments and opinions down in the comment section below as to what we're going to be talking about in this video.
And make sure you contact us in the links in the description box below.
And indeed, what we're going to be talking about in this video is we're going to be talking about our own, we saw the Slammies on Raw, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking each category and announcing the winner and seeing which ones we would have put down rather than the ones that WWE did in some cases. And of course, what we're going to be putting out next week is we're going to be doing our own Slammy categories, and we're going to be talking about those categories that we did and who would win such categories. We're doing things such as Feud of the Year, Match of the Year, Face and Heel of the Year, things like that. So make sure you check that out next week on Wednesday.
And even though I don't really agree with the whole Raw Slammies, because they're entertaining, but maybe not the best, here's ours.
Yes, indeed. The Tell Me I Did Not Just See That award that we got from WWE. We got the 4 nominees we got were Ross dancing, Santino nearly winning the Royal Rumble, Truth getting owned by a little kid at Capital Punishment, the little Jimmy, and Miz impersonating Rock. Now, Ross dancing won this, and I was a bit like, really? Like, yeah, it was entertaining and it was kind of unique, but God, it really wasn't that good.
No, it was not indeed.
No, who would you have win this award?
Just because in past Royal Rumbles he's been eliminated like that, I'd have Santino Marella almost eliminate Undertaker for the win.
Yes, and I would have had Miz impersonating Rock as the winners list, just because when Miz came out impersonating Rock, I legitimately thought it was Rock, and I think this would definitely deserve this award in my opinion.
It was a good moment.
Just because I didn't expect to see it. I did not expect Miz to pull up that whole Rock thing. I just thought it was Rock. I really did, honestly, and honest to God. And the Royal Rumble moment was pretty good as well. Who'd have thought Santino would have nearly eliminated Del Rio and gone on to main event WrestleMania?
Wow, what a moment.
The next award that WWE gave us was the biggest holy shit award. Now, for this, we got 4 nominees. Sheamus taking out Sin Cara at Money in the Bank. Orton RKO on the steps at Summerslam on Christian. Big Show and Henry breaking the ring, and Bourne AirBourne off the ladder at Money in the Bank. And I think we both agreed on this one, didn't we, NJ?
We did indeed, because the other 3, yes, they may have been big ones at the time, but the biggest one that is going to stand up for that pay-per-view was Show breaking the ring with Mark Henry.
Yes, and that happened at Vengeance, I believe. It was a great moment. It was a pretty standout moment from that pay-per-view, wasn't it? So, to me, that's got to be the holy shit moment. Even though we saw Lesnar and Big Show do it, it was nice to see that spot again, and it really was a highlight of that pay-per-view, and one of the reasons why we'll probably remember that pay-per-view in a couple of years' time.
Very true. I think it's because of that stood out for that pay-per-view, yes.
And the other 3 weren't as good, were they? No, not really. The next award we got was one made for CM Punk, really, wasn't it? Pipebomb of the Year award. Who else but CM Punk could win this, especially after all the promos and stuff he did after Money in the Bank?
Well, he invented the word pipe bomb, and I think as soon as you hear it, you know who's winning it. Well done, CM Punk.
I think another contender for this award could have been Miz after Raw, doing his own pipe bomb with Del Rio doing the hold.
He could have been.
You think?
Still Punk's got it, yeah.
Still Punk. I'm going to vote Miz. No, it's Punk all the way. We also got on WWE TV Divalicious Moment of the Year award. Now, don't know what this really category is, but we had Natalya double Sharpshooter, Kelly winning the Divas title for the first time and crying, Kharma making an impact, and Beth Phoenix top rope GlamSlam. Now, I think we both agreed on this one, didn't we?
Yeah, the other moments, again, I like them. The double Sharpshooter, the Grand Slam, forget about Kelly, but it's obviously the Kharma that went all the way.
When Kharma made that impact, it was one of those moments where you're just like, man, this could make the Divas division interesting again. Just seeing Kharma and the impact she made. It was such a big moment in the Divas division, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was nicely built up as well, and obviously have Kharma come and destroy the Divas. It was nice to see, and it definitely deserves a reward.
It's just a shame that she got pregnant and everything, and she went off TV. Not saying, do you know what I mean? It's just a shame she was off WWE TV because she really could have made a massive impact. Especially while the Divas division at the moment has been pretty shit. The other two, Beth Phoenix and Natalya, the double Sharpshooter and top rope GlamSlam were pretty good, just not as good as the impact Kharma made when she came in. The Oh My God Moment of the Year award. We got 4 nominees for this. Triple H tombstoning Taker at WrestleMania 27, the Rock Bottom on Cena at WrestleMania 27, the Superstar Walkout, and Punk taking the WWE title. And I think the biggest oh my god moment of the year has to be Punk taking the WWE title.
Oh, of course, it's huge, unexpected, and the way he did it, he just did it so perfectly. I think it was a very good moment.
It was one of those moments of the year when you were just like, my God, this is just amazing. You had those moments of WrestleMania, Triple H tombstoning Undertaker, which they picked on the Raw, and we all know why they did that. It was just so Triple H could return. Those were big moments. But in terms of the overall story and the main event and the match it had and the story, like I said, the story it told, Punk's WWE title and the way that shook up WWE in the summer, that had to win this award, in my opinion.
And the best thing about it got people talking, which obviously is what the WWE needs the fans talking about something big having WWE.
Definitely so. The Trending Worldwide Award. I know you use Twitter, but did you really give a shit about this?
No, I was kind of disappointed the British Fist weren't there, but whatever.
Did you? Yeah, well, hashtag British Fist for the win. This was basically to lead to a fatal four, wasn't it? While the match was good, Zack Ryder won it, and do we really give a shit? Do you want to move on? The Game Changer of the Year award. Now, this is a big one in my opinion. The Game Changer of the Year. We had four events for this. Triple H firing Mr. McMahon, Edge retiring, Kevin Nash doing his stuff at SummerSlam, and Del Rio cashing in Money in the Bank, and Rock and Cena being announced at WrestleMania 28. Now, Rock and Cena being announced at WrestleMania 28 was the winner. Now, while I agree that was a big moment, I can't help but feel, and I know you feel exactly the same way here, that Edge retiring just had to win that award.
Yeah, Edge has done so much for the WWE, and he has this big chance to win an award, and he didn't get it. I was really disappointed.
Yeah, especially with Christian presenting. Edge coming out would have been a bit of a sort of, not a mark-out moment, but a moment that the fans could react to.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking, as soon as I saw Edge, I thought, the WWE got to do this, they've got to do this.
I mean, Triple H firing McMahon was a big moment. Kevin Nash at SummerSlam, and that was unexpected, but Edge, just taking into account Edge's career and what he did for the WWE, it's kind of like inducting a guy into a Hall of Fame, isn't it? Edge retiring. Kind of had to get this award because it was a game changer because he was the main event guy on SmackDown, wasn't he?
That's true. The thing is, the other moments could happen again, but Edge, he's finished. He's injured. He's not coming back, so he had a big chance to give Edge one reward, but he didn't give it to him.
And we saw how rubbish SmackDown was after the draft when Edge retired, when we had Orton and Christian, all that bullshit going on. Yeah. Shall we go on to the next award then?
Next award.
A-Lister of the Year award. This was an award done for the celebrities. I imagine. Last year Pee Wee Herman won it. Pee Wee Herman for the win, NJ, I guess. We had a couple of awards here. We had the Muppets. We also had Snooki. We also had Hugh Jackman, and we also had CeeLo Green, who did a performance at SummerSlam.
It's alright. It's alright.
Yeah, whatever, NJ. To me, there was only. Snooki winning was a bit like, she was. I thought she was going to win because of the whole WrestleMania thing and the whole publicity thing. But in my opinion, you know who should have won this.
Entertainment-wise, the Muppets should have won by far.
Yeah, definitely. The Muppets, on that Raw we had, the quality of the product, or the quality of the presenter's presentation of the actual wrestling product wasn't that good, but the one thing that made that show was the Muppets, wasn't it? And even though I didn't like them being there, at least they made the show somewhat entertaining.
They did, indeed.
Very good. The next one for us is the biggest one, probably this one we'll spend the most time talking about at the moment, because we have 6 nominees for it. Superstar of the Year award. We had 6 nominees for this. John Cena, The Miz, Mark Henry, Alberto Del Rio, Randy Orton, and CM Punk. Now, firstly, let's just get that out of the way. CM Punk won it. A lot of people like CM Punk. He's a very popular guy, especially now he's, after that whole summer thing. So I can understand why people would have voted for him, especially with the whole, it was an actual fan vote one, so...
With this one, again, they're all wrestlers that have done something in the year 2011, but it all adds up. Who's done the most and who's going to be the one to be remembered from 2011?
Yeah, I mean, we'll start off with John Cena. Now, of course, John Cena is consistently booked in main events, and while he had that sort of main event of WrestleMania and all that kind of stuff with The Rock, for John Cena to win Superstar of the Year, for me, would just be a bit of a letdown, because we saw him win it last year, and it's like, well, do I really want to see this guy win Superstar of the Year? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't have been surprised if he did, knowing the sort of fan base that he has, the kid fan base. But, I didn't think he should have won it.
As it comes to wrestlers that haven't done as much as Cena has, the reward should be given to someone else.
Yeah, and Randy Orton was another one we had. I mean, Randy Orton at the beginning of the year, he was in a feud with CM Punk. He was for the World Heavyweight Championship. But there was a lot throughout the year. We just really couldn't tolerate this guy because of the way he was booked, especially as a babyface. So, to me, even though he was winning matches and titles and stuff, I didn't want to give this guy Superstar of the Year just because he he wasn't being booked correctly as a babyface. So I just didn't want him. Plus, it's Randy Orton, and he was very selfish at the beginning of the year, in my opinion.
Also, it comes to John Cena and Randy Orton need to stop being putting people over, and the fact they're not doing it, it's a kind of a letdown for us.
Yeah, I mean, another guy in there, we have Miz. I mean, Miz was a guy I would have liked to have voted for. I mean, he was the WWE champion at the beginning of the year at Royal Rumble, from Survivor Series 2010 all the way to Extreme Rules. I have enjoyed. He's really improved over the year, in my opinion, as a guy you can always put in the main event and really rely on. He had that All Awesome Truth thing. He was in Money in the Bank. Miz, he didn't have the best of years, but he still was up there as one of the top 6.
Well, he's definitely got a character that, again, you can have him in the main event or just below.
Yeah.
And he's someone that I think he's had a year that needs to keep him progressing because he's going to be in the main event again. Someone that could possibly win it next year.
Another guy on this list was Alberto Del Rio. Now, you could have made a very strong argument for Alberto Del Rio because he was a rookie last year, of course, and he was in this feud with Rey Mysterio. And then he went on to win Royal Rumble. He faced Edge at WrestleMania in the opener, which was stupid. He, also was involved in the WWE Championship match after that, and then he was, booked as the Money in the Bank winner. So, and then he won the WWE Championship twice, and he's in the WWE Championship picture still now. So you could make a very good case based on accomplishments and what's happened that this guy could have very easily been Superstar of the Year. It's just the problem is it was a fan vote, and he's supposed to be a heel, so no one really likes him that much.
No, that's true. And when it comes to Alberto Del Rio, his career has, over the last couple of months, it's been built up to something that WWE should be concentrating on, but maybe they've not concentrated on it enough to get this reward.
I think one thing that might let him down is the fact that his promos are very repetitive and they're quite boring now too, which is one of the reasons I think CM Punk got this win because he's so over with the crowd due to his promos. But you probably realise that we're missing one guy out here, and this is the guy who we would have had as our Superstar of the Year. What a year it's been for Mark Henry, NJ, this year. He started the year, he was pretty, he was a baby face. He went to SmackDown and he became this fantastic heel. And it's been really good to see his rise from being heel all the way to World Champion. And this guy had to win Superstar of the Year, in my opinion.
The booking for him has been really good on SmackDown. Tremendous. I really like it. They've made him look like a wrestler that WWE could possibly use for the main event going onwards. But again, sadly, the WWE didn't think that. But in our opinion, Mark Henry all the way.
Mark Henry, for me, he's improved. I mean, they've used him exactly how he should have been used, and they pushed him to the top on SmackDown, which I don't think many people would have expected. And he has had a good run with that title, facing Orton, facing off with Big Show, maybe even soon Kane, for all we may know. So this guy has had a good year, and in my opinion, definitely deserves Superstar of the Year. World Heavyweight Champion now, and it's good how, even though Orton had the championship for a long time, he's now kind of restored the belt back to at least a bit of meaning now, the World Heavyweight Championship, whereas the WWE Championship has been passed around so much.
That's true, and Mark Henry becoming now a strong challenger as the World Heavyweight Champion, he's definitely given other wrestlers, faces, a good run for their money to become the champion. So
let's not forget either, he's had a couple of memorable moments. The ring breaking, we had that, we had, there's been a lot. Him winning the title was one of the memorable moments of, I believe, Night of Champions. It was the moment that we all remember from that pay-per-view. So he's had a lot of memorable moments, and even, being involved in the Big Show elbow drop thing was another memorable moment, in my opinion. So in my opinion, we've gone on a long time about this, but we kind of have to. Mark Henry, there are a lot, you could argue a lot for the other guys if you look at it logically, but for me, the most logical winner of this has to be Mark Henry. And I can understand why people pick CM Punk, though. I can honestly understand why.
Because with the fans getting all behind Punk over the last couple of months, it's kind of letting down the other wrestlers that were in the category. Because I think if it was based on WWE votes, maybe the WWE would be more fair and give Mark Henry more of a chance.
Yeah, so really that's what we think of the WWE Slammys. We got 9 or 10 Slammys on the show. I was a little bit surprised we got that many personally, but it was still an entertaining Slammy show. And I do think, they did pick the right winners to incorporate with the show, but I just would have done it a little bit differently if I was picking through logic. And I know you would too. Right?
So when it comes to other wrestlers who are progressing in the WWE, maybe they would have deserved a reward for their hard work. But I think the WWE concentrate on the big stars too much.
Yeah, well, maybe so. Focus on some upcoming stars. Cody Rhodes for the win, bitches. So you've heard our opinions on who the Slammys should have gone towards and which Slammys really stood out. Make sure you give us your thoughts on the Slammys or the Slammys that WWE gave us, even in that comment section below. And even if you want to, do it in video form. Send us a video response. We will accept video responses. So do that if you will. Now, I will now pass you on to the ultimate Slammy Award giver. It's NJ.
Thank you very much, Dan. And this has been our Slammy Awards for 2011. we're going to give you another video, like we said at the beginning, of our
Slammy.
Yeah, look forward to that. And that has been it from the British Fist, Mr. Parkin, and NJ. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.